once again, coming back with another lesson. Camp lesson. It's first and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Wacha, Kodash.
Yeah. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstones of the well. Salutations to your brothers that push us word and truth and sincerity. The brothers of Great Millstone Northwest coming back at you with another lesson. This is our, camp lesson. There's a snowstorm that hit this area, and we don't get too much snow up here. We do every once in a while, every other year, so to say. But it hit heavy, and people up here can't drive in these conditions, and the roads are slick, so not taking any chances. We're doing this, camp lesson indoors. So with that, any brother got a precept they want to go into? Anybody got a precept?
Yeah, I got some.
If I could say this real quick, if you guys are not privy, Trump just got released from that impeachment, man. And then another thing is these Asians are claiming it's a bunch of racist things going on with them on TMZ. They're talking about anti-Asian bull mess. So hey, that's gonna stir up a lot of racial tension, man. I just wanted to say that.
Hey, yeah, that's a good point, man. Somebody got that second Ezra 16.
Yep, I got you.
Hey, the gooks.
If I can add too, since the brother brought up Ammon, there was just a major earthquake over there too today. Over there in Fukushima and Tokyo. So yep, these prophecies are at work. This is
1546.
Yep. Okay. This is Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 46. And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because
so woe meaning destruction unto them gooks, man. The Ammon, Moab, Ammon, all of them. All right, but in this instance, we're talking about Moab, because Moab is, that's who's getting targeted over there in the Bay Area. You got old ass dukes getting pushed to the floor, dying, smacking their head on the concrete, dying. Getting robbed of purses and all that, and that's beautiful to us. You know what I'm saying? Because the pride that the Moabites got is neck and neck with Esau. Go ahead, bro.
It says, woe, verse 47, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom.
So you got these Moabite women who their main aspirations is to come to America and work in a happy ending massage parlor and hopefully score big with some Edomite, and you know what I'm saying, become wealthy, So they partake with the same hope of the average Babylonian, thinking that their houses is going to continue forever and going to continue to oppress the Israelites. They don't have no problem. Moab ain't got no problem with following you around the store, telling you to hurry up and buy, selling you cat meat, selling you dog meat, selling you rat, selling you frog. All right, selling you certain dishes that unbeknownst to you has a oyster sauce in it and some other shit. They ain't got no problem with that, right? But when a little adversity comes upon them, they flip out.
Yeah. Hey, but you must not forget the persecution that they was doing towards Jake and those Africans in China when the pandemic first hit. They evicted them niggas from their houses, kicked them out of the street, was beating them up in the streets and shit. Yeah. And now you got a problem that is happening to you.
Yeah, and even those what was it, the Watch Rights or the LA Rights? Back in the days, you had more of them Koreans that was shooting Jake in the street. Like animals.
Again, on the rooftop, pop,
Yeah.
taking them off. Boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop. Yep. Yeah, you had that little girl who actually paid for her orange juice. She got one of the little orange juices. She went to the thing. She paid for it. I don't think the group saying that she paid for it ended up shooting her in the back. Yeah, man, that was during the riot. Killed that little girl, man. Yeah, I think there was one just a few years ago that happened like that. I'm trying to find an article on it, but yeah, man, they'll shoot you dead right in their store. You know what I'm saying? If they don't like the way you're shopping, or if they think you're stealing or something like that, they'll kill you right there.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Amo.
God.
Somebody knows Jeremiah 48.
All right. Continuing, it says, continuing the middle part of verse 47, 2nd Ezra 15 and 47, it says that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore said the Heavenly Father, I will
so Moab follows Esau and all his works and inventions, man. You know, like the Moabites will take whatever technology Esau got and master that shit and mass produce it. You know, they'll whatever wicked concept or ideas that Esau got, Moab is right there trying to soak up game to put his society and his economy on top, which is why they've surpassed the American economy. That's why 17 of the world's most out of 17 out of 20 of the world's most populated cities are all in the land of Moab, all in China.
Polluted.
What I say?
Populated.
So like 17 out of 20 of the world's most polluted cities is over there in China, and that's due to their industrial revolution. Them trying to play catch up with Babylon the Great, man. Go ahead.
all right. It says, verse 48, thou hast followed, verse 49, Salaki, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death.
Yeah, so that's all coming, man. That's all coming to Moab, man. The widowhood, poverty, famine, death, right? There's gonna be famine over there. There's gonna be a widowhood, because World War III is about to pop off, and they're one of the countries that's because all countries is gonna have to pretty much link up and get their hands dirty. All right, go ahead, bro.
Verse 50, it says, and the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower when the heat shall arise that is sent over thee. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chased or chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee.
Right, so they're gonna be chastened with wounds, man. The Lord gonna these missiles and technology and all that these other nations got. Hey, evil is gonna go from nation to nation, man. Destruction is gonna go from nation to nation, and Moab is gonna be a large recipient of that, man. Go ahead.
Verse 52, it says, would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, said the Lord, if thou hadst not always slain my chosen, exalted.
Hey, if thou hast not always slain my chosen, man. Because they get treated like shit amongst the Moabites, man. Like the brother Ashiar brought out, how when they was over there in China, when the pandemic hit, they was booting niggas, you know, evicting niggas out of their houses. Man, Jake don't pay months worth of rent in advance, 6 months worth of rent, 3 months, so on and so forth in advance, and they get booted out of their apartment with nowhere to go. They don't get a refund or none of that, man.
Mhm.
You know, and that's because, matter of fact, real quick, um, somebody read Jeremiah 48:10. I mean 48:11.
Yeah. This is Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 11. Moab hath been at ease from his youth, and he hath settled on his lees, and have not been emptied from vessel to vessel.
Yeah, so Moab ain't went into captivity like Israel has. You know, Israel scattered amongst all these nations because we've gone from captivity to captivity to captivity to captivity.
Right.
Esau, Moab, he's settled, meaning he's content, he's at ease, because they're in that same piece of land that they've been in for the longest. So majority of, unlike America, this being a metropolis, you know, you got many different nations. You know what I'm saying? A conglomerate of nations that make up the American population. That's not the case with China. Majority of the population over there in China is all Goots, is all Moab. All right, so being a a so-called Negro over there, you are really a minority. All right, so that gives them the liberty to pretty much, um, you know, just do you dirty, and there's no consequences behind it. Because who you gonna go to? You can't go to no Senate, no politicians, no, you know, the police or anything like that, and expect some justice because they look just like the big head fish-eyed goop that booted you out your apartment. You know? Go ahead, though.
Neither hath he gone into captivity, therefore his taste remaineth in him, and his scent is not changed.
Yeah, so they're the same old big head, wannabe Edomite goop that they've always been. All right, go ahead, Amon.
All right, continuing, it says back in 2nd Ezra 15 and 53, it says, "If thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead, when thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, said the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief."
Yeah, so they think they about to be the next rulers. Well, they're getting set up to be delivered to mischief. Little do they know. Go ahead, bro.
If I can land back on that, you know, because just like what the brother said, the Moabites, they think they got next, you know, after Esau, and that's why you got Esau and Moab, you know, or China, that's in this big competition with each other right now. But little do they know, pursuant to Deuteronomy 30:7, the curses that's on us, the Lord's about to flip it and put it on them, you know. So they going down right along with Esau, right along with the rest of the heathen nations, you know.
Hey, yeah, somebody grab that. The curse is being put on these other missions.
Can I read this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is something that was quoted just a little bit earlier, but it just came back into fruition with what Anwar just said. And this is the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
Yeah, hey, that's, you know, they think that their houses is gonna continue forever, you know, pertaining to Esau, first and foremost, but also these other nations, man. They think, you know, that they're, you know, the pieces of land that they dwell in, and a lot of them is in pieces of land that they shouldn't be in. You know, Moab think they think they're gonna be the new landlords of America. They over in Africa, you know, trying to set up in Africa. They think they're gonna be over there forever. They in South America. They in the West Indies. You know, remember the article that came out some months ago where they was providing all that military weaponry to Jamaica and certain of those islands. Oh no, it was it's like it was
Cuba.
they was giving loans,
Yeah.
giving them loans, and along with that, with them giving them loans, those West Indian countries, those loans, they were pretty much establishing forts over there, military strongholds for themselves. So just like Esau going around the world thinking that he gonna set up shop in these different countries and continue forever, that's the same mentality that the Moabites got. All right, go ahead, Swag. Appreciate.
Yeah, I got a quick brief. Just going with what you said about how Moab always trying to keep up with Esau and trying to always come down on Jake. This is Zechariah 1:15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
Yeah, so and the Lord said he was a little displeased, man, just a little bit, but they helped forward the affliction, man.
And now he's very sore.
What's up?
I said, yeah, now he's very sore displeased. He was a little. Now he's very sore.
Yeah. Hey, somebody also grab that in Deuteronomy.
I got you. This is Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee."
Read it again.
This is Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee."
Right. So, hey, the curses that are upon us. Somebody get that Deuteronomy 28. That the heathen will get above us.
That's the spirit. That's the next one I wanted too.
Okay. But yeah, so these curses that we're currently going through, which you anything negative that you can think of that can happen to a people as a nation, we're suffering it. Man. All right, the Israelites were suffering it. So the Lord said he gonna take all that and shift it from us and put that onto the heathen, man. And we're seeing that, man. All right. It's crazy because the influence that Israelites have on everybody on the planet is a blessing. It's a double-edged sword because here it is that Esau and other nations look at us as mere entertainment. Whether it's entertainment in a good way as far as the music and the what Jake just presents being the salt of the earth, or whether it's entertainment in the aspect of mockery or something. There was a video I seen on the internet. I think it was yesterday or something. I forget where I seen it at, but there was a Jake who they took from Congo back in the 1800s, the early 1900s, late 1800s or early 1900s. Some like he was like 15. He was a Jake from Congo. They took him from Congo and they put him in a Bronx zoo with the monkeys. You know what I'm saying? They put him in like a monkey display or something like that. Mm-hmm. And first it was St. Louis, somewhere in St. Louis, and then also in the Bronx, man. So
it's called the Human Zoos.
There we go.
They stopped doing it in the 60s. The 60s or 70s is when they start outlawing it in America. Because they'll bring them from all the other third world countries. They'll tell them, we're going to take you around the world and this, and then they put them in cages.
Hey.
Throw them off like zoo exhibits.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. Just real quick. That was the main person or the company that was behind that was Ringling Brothers. The whole circus. Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey.
That's where it started.
Yep. So they my bad. They was putting Jake on display as entertainment, pretty much.
Savages. They were like, look at the savage beast. When they were civilized, they was making them act all brutish, making them not wash themselves and putting them with raggedy ass clothes, making them show their teeth at people and doing this weird shit, or they'll get beat up and they would get fed and they'll get killed.
Yeah, they said that the dude he committed suicide, man. Eventually he settled in somewhere in Virginia, and then he ended up committing suicide. So they treated him inhumane, man. They treat zoo animals better than they did him. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably fucking molested that dude, raped that dude, fucking all kind of starved him. You know what I'm saying? Let people spit on him, slap him. You name it, man. He was going through it, man, and that's fucked up because that's all the heathen look at us as is entertainment. So the entertainment that or the blessings that we possess as Israelites, these heathens are envious of that. They're amazed when they go to a concert or something. They see Jake sing or dance or whatever. They either respect us for that. I wouldn't even say respect us for that, but they admire that about us. And then the other side of the coin is, they put you on display as a damn a monkey. You know what I'm saying? So Jake's influence is so powerful that those heathens, their lineage, all right, over the years, started assimilating or acting like Israelites, via hip hop music. And now those curses, they're taking on the curses themselves, man. So it's a double-edged sword. Uh, um, who has some?
I had that in
Hey,
Deuteronomy.
if brothers, for as far as the messages, put the messages on WhatsApp, and if just say that you got a message because the messages is popping up and we're recording this, so you know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 15. It says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power." Oh, Shalaki, it's the wrong one. It's Deuteronomy 28 and 43, Shalaki. It says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend unto him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail."
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. As we were saying, the strangers, all the rest of these nations. Okay, and what they come to America and what they get 7 years tax exempt. They get all these handouts. But here it is, Israel been here hundreds of years, and they haven't gave you your 40 acres and 2 mules or whatever the fuck it is. So that's them getting above you. Because guess what? They have a handout. They have a leg up. And then here it is. You've been here this whole time, and you get shitted on. That's how they're getting above, and you're going below. You know?
Somebody got a precept? Or there's more in that Ezra's, right?
Can I got a quick precept? But you got it, Taba. You got it.
Go ahead.
All right. Yep, this is Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9. It says, "Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour." All right, and you was gonna say something, bro?
No, go ahead.
Oh, come on, yep. And hey, the birds that are where it says the birds are round about against her are talking about those other nations against us, the Israelites, okay, the nation of Israel. And it says, "Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour." So just like the brother was saying, all these other nations, they benefit off of Israel, man. Okay, whether it's from the music, anything considering or pertaining to entertainment. You got all these other nations that benefit off of it. All right, they copy off of us. Because they want to be like us, and they want the blessings. Going back to what's that? Is it Numbers where it talks about Balaam and Balak? And you had Balak, who was a Moabite, by the way. He was trying to get Balaam to pretty much curse the nation of Israel. And what did Balak tell him? He prophesied unto him, saying that all the other nations, all y'all heathen nations are going to go down. Okay, which Balaam was a heathen as well. All the other heathen nations are going to go down, and the Lord's going to put us Israel on top of all y'all. So there's nothing. Even though they come into confederacy with one another to come up against us and keep us down, there is nothing they can do for that to succeed. You know.
Hey, yeah, thought you had something, right?
Just being on the fact that we was on Moab, I wanted to continue reading here in this Jeremiah chapter 48. I wanted to read the next verse down. We read verse 11. I wanted to read verse 12, which says, "Therefore, behold, the days coming, saith the Lord, that I will send unto him wanderers that shall cause him to wonder, and shall empty his vessels and break their bottles," which puts forth it puts forth the precept of the plan that the Heavenly Father has as far as breaking apart Moab's stronghold, just as much as he's going to break apart Esau's stronghold.
Yeah, read, just keep going, just read down.
Verse 13, it says, "And Moab shall be ashamed of, how do you pronounce that? Chemosh? Chemosh, as the house of Israel was ashamed of Bethel, their confidence."
Yeah, somebody look up both Chemosh and Bethel. All right, because these deities and these gods that these Moabites worship is going to be is going to lead to them being confounded. All right, because there's no power in the gods or deities that they worship. So the same way Israel was confounded, putting in a shame, putting trust and confidence in Bethel. Okay, Moab's going to be in that same situation. So whoever got it, read it when you get it.
Yeah, it says Chemosh or Chemosh was the national deity of the Moabites, whose name most likely meant destroyer, subduer, or fish god. While he is, it says, while he is most readily associated with the Moabites, according to Judges 11 and 24, he seems to have been the national deity of the Ammonites as well.
Ain't the fish god Dagon as well?
Yeah, Dagon, yep.
Yeah.
And read Bethel. I will keep reading on verse 14, Bible stuff.
It says, "How say ye, we are mighty and strong men of war? Moab is spoiled and gone up out of her cities."
Yeah, so the Most High is making mockery of Moab. Like, y'all talk about this million-man army. How the fuck is that so? You know what I'm saying? You gonna be spoiled, man. You gonna be smacked with missiles. Your women gonna be welling. They're gonna be widows. Your kids are gonna be destroyed. So on and so forth. Go ahead, bro.
And I also pulled those two, Chemosh and Bethel. I pulled those up in the blue letter as well. It says Moab is spoiled and gone out of her cities, and his young men are gone down to the slaughter, save the king, whose name is the Lord of hosts, Yahweh.
Yeah. Now jump to let's see. Read verse 16 and then jump down to 25.
This is Jeremiah chapter 48 verse 6. Like it. I'm gonna mute it. Jeremiah chapter 48 verse 16. It says, "The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasten fast."
Right. So these Moabites don't understand that their affliction is right around the corner, man. They think that they gonna rule next, and they in a good, comfortable situation, and their economy is gonna prosper and all that. But their affliction is approaching, man. Right along with the rest of these heathens, because the people that none of these heathens expect to actually rule or to be in good favor with the supreme being, or good favor with their God is the Israelites. Did you have that Bethel?
I have the blue letter for Bethel.
Okay.
Which it comes from the Strong's 1008, and the word looks like it's the same. It's actually it's Bayat Allah. All right, which it says the house of God, Bethel, a place in Palestine, house of God, ancient place of or seat of worship in Ephraim on the border of Benjamin, a place in south country of Judah, not far from Beersheba and Ziklag.
Okay. Continue reading 20, 25 through 27, and we'll actually read 25 through 29, and then I'm gonna look something up real quick. But one of y'all brothers break it down though.
This is Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 25 says, the horn of Moab is cut off, and his arm is broken, saith the Lord. Make ye him drunken, for he magnifieth himself against the Lord.
Yeah, and that horn is talking about the power. The power of Moab is being cut off. You know? And keep reading, Paul.
It says, make ye him drunken, for he magnified himself against the Lord. Moab also shall wallow in his vomit, and he shall, and he also shall be in derision.
Yeah, exactly, because Moab feels as if that he's going to be the next person to come in power, and can't nobody take him out of power, that he's going to, the pride of Esau has transferred onto Moab, man. You know, he's just falling on his same suit, man. You know, he think he's going to be able to subdue Esau and then take over the rest of the world. It's just not going to happen, man. Go ahead.
For was not Israel a derision unto thee? Was he found among thieves? For since thou spake of him, thou skippest for joy.
Yeah, man. Everything you got to say against Israel, man. Hey, you guys are just doing the same thing Esau Edom is doing, man. Accusing us to the Heavenly Father, man. You know, because you guys want to see us down and out. Psalm 83, man. You guys are confederate with one cause, keeping us from being a people, keeping us from being a nation, keeping us out of the graces of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, this is verse 28. It says, O ye that dwell in Moab, leave the cities and dwell in the rocks, and be like a dove that maketh her nest in the sides of the hole's mouth. We have heard the pride of Moab.
Yeah. So pretty much when that destruction, when that like Lot, right? When Sodom and Gomorrah was hit with that fire, you had the angels that had to get Lot up out of that country to go into those mountains, you know, for refuge. So that's the same state Moab is going to be in. You know, some of the Moabites, they're going to be fleeing and you know, because that land, that's a luscious green land over there. You know, a lot of parts of that is you know, very luscious, and you know, crazy ass terrain, mountainous terrain, and so on and so forth. So they're gonna be hiding up under rocks and inside of caves and all kind of crazy shit because of, you know, them trying to escape pretty much being destroyed. You know.
If I can say, they're gonna have to flee to the wilderness just as much as, you know, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi had to flee to the wilderness when their, you know, calamity came upon them.
Mm-hmm.
This is what verse is that? This is verse 29. It says, we have heard the pride of Moab. He is exceeding proud. His loftiness and his arrogancy and his pride and his haughtiness of his heart. Verse 30, I know the wrath, saith the Lord, but it shall not be so. His lies shall not so affect it.
That's pretty much the point. Jump down to 37.
Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 37. It says, for every head shall be bald, and every beard clipped upon all the hands shall be cutting, and upon loins sackcloth.
Hmm.
There shall be lamentation generationally upon all the housetops of Moab, and in the streets thereof. For I have broken Moab like a vessel, wherein is no pleasure, saith the Lord.
Yeah, so Moab's gonna be broken. You got a vessel, right? A vase or something, and somehow it gets damaged to where it's a crack in it, it's a hole, and it won't hold water or something like that. So you put some glue in there or something, and you try to fix it, but it still it won't fix. So eventually you just break that shit. You know what I'm saying? You take pleasure in breaking it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ever took a glass bottle, you know what I'm saying, when you were little or something, you just throw it up against the wall and you just want to hear the sound of it. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know what I'm saying? You just want to hear the sound of it, man. Hey, it's funny. I was at work and I went to throw a glass bottle in the trash. I was up on my stilts and it hit the fucking dump cart and just it broke into all kind of pieces, but it sounded hella soothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like I know other people heard it like what the fuck is that? But me, I was like, because I'm the one who did it, so I was like it was nice. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine the pleasure that the angels is gonna get from destroying these heathens, man. Moab in particular.
Hey, stirring shit up is therapeutic, man.
And they got out in Seattle, they got what they call a rage room,
Mm.
where they got like makeshift. They got well, not makeshift, but they got TVs and old TVs and fucking couches and pictures and all kinds of shit, walls. And they give you like a hammer. They give you fucking shit that you can just go in there and just let off steam, just break everything in sight, man. You pay I think it's like $30 or some shit like that. They call it the rage room.
Hey, Esau got that movie called Hostile, right? Hostile, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that shit's real, man. You know motherfuckers is paying to go torture motherfuckers and do that weird shit. Especially with the Purge. They was paying $1 million to be able to go kill people, man. They're paying the person $1 million, let me kill you, and you get it to your family. Hey, Esau doing that shit to this very day, man. It ain't nothing new.
Yeah.
Hey, this reminds me of a scripture. I must be allowed to read it. This is Psalm chapter 137, I'm going to start verse 7. It says, Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, Slakia, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Yeah, break down.
Hey, but that's the point, because the brother's speaking about how, hey, breaking things apart is therapeutic, man. It's going to be very therapeutic for us as the nation of Israel, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, to be able to reward our enemies the same way that they have rewarded us, man. To be able to take, as the scriptures have just laid out, to take their little ones and dash them against the stones, man. To break apart their lines, break apart their whole strongholds, man. It's going to be a very therapeutic feeling.
Yep. Go ahead. Whoever's asking.
I got some real quick. This is Psalm chapter 83, verse 2. It says, For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. And it's talking about it's talking about them hiding us from, because they all know who we are. They all know that we're the real Israelites. They know our true nationality, but they're in league with Esau and keeping us from knowing who we truly are. But see, the Spirit has revealed unto us through our teachers that we are the children of the Heavenly Father. You was gonna say something, brother? I share.
Oh no, you got it, bro.
Okay, come on. It says, verse 4. It says, they have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation. And this goes back to Esdras chapter 1. Right, when we were in the land of Egypt, them Egyptians was doing the same thing. Okay, so now that spirit has reincarnated in the rest of these heathens to try to cut us off from being a people. You know, they're trying to kill us off. You know, starting with Esau. It says that the name of Israel or Yasher Allah may be no more in remembrance, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, okay, that's Esau, all right, the so-called Caucasians, and the Ishmaelites, that's the so-called Arabs. It says of Moab, who we talking about now, the so-called Chinese, and the Hagareans, Gebal, and Ammon. Ammon's talking about the so-called Japanese that just got judged today. And Amalek, all right, that's them gutter rats over there in the land of Israel. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, okay, that's them Hamites over there in the so-called land of Africa. And it says Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah.
Yeah. Hey, so just real quick, somebody grab 1 Kings 12 and start at 24. Because backtracking to Jeremiah 48 and 13, where it said, and Moab shall be ashamed of Chemosh, as the house of Israel was ashamed of Bethel, their confidence. So this is a precept explaining Bethel. Also Chemosh, King Saul. Well, somebody real quick read 1 Kings 11 and 11 and 4. Start.
Start 3. This is 1 Kings 11 and 3. It says, and he
Start
had,
at 1. Start at 1.
or 1, or this is 1 Kings 11 and 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonites, and Hittites.
Zidonians.
Oh, Zidonians. Zidonians and Hittites. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart from their power. And like Solomon clave unto these in love.
Turn away your heart after their gods, after their powers.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So the problem was, Solomon was gonna go ahead.
Verse 3. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his power, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonianites, after Zidonianites.
No. This is Zidonians. There's no ice in there.
Oh, Salakia. My fault, Salakia. The Zidonians, Salakia, of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build a high place for Chemosh.
Yep, and that's exactly what Moab in Isaiah or Jeremiah 48 was trusting in. The same God, Chemosh.
Mm. And
this is King Solomon. He actually built a high place for that deity. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Verse 7 says, then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon.
Yeah, that's it on that. So now just getting Chemosh, reading up on Chemosh. Now somebody read that
If I may say real quick,
yep.
Molech was the god that they were sacrificing kids to.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
Yeah, man. So all these deities um pretty much have you go off and do some wicked ass shit, you know. What I tell brother Reed, First Kings
12 and 24, I think it was.
yeah.
Okay, this is First Kings 12 and 24. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, ye shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearken therefore to the word of the Lord, and return to depart, and according to the word of the Lord." Then yeah, Jeroboam built was Shechem in Mount Ephraim, and dwelt therein, and went out from thence and
So
built.
this is going into the split, you know, the northern and the southern kingdom. This is going into that split. So it said that Jeroboam built Shechem in Mount Ephraim and dwelt therein, and went out from thence and built Penuel, right? It says, and Jeroboam said in his heart, now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. All right, so he's thinking to himself, well, you know, the northern kingdom, those 10 tribes is going to just return and go back to follow, you know, King David, you know, be linked up with the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So this is what he did. Verse 27, it says,
Okay, I got you, bro. I got you. Verse 27, it says, "If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord."
yeah, so just think about that, man. Think about that. If so, it's a split. Northern and Southern Kingdom is a split. But if you still have Northern Kingdomers going to, you know, Jerusalem to, you know, do their sacrifices and so on and so forth, you know, that leaves room for amendment. You know what I'm saying? Coming together. You know what I'm saying? A meeting of the minds. Jeroboam, he wasn't trying to have that. All right. Go ahead.
All right, it says, "Even unto Jeroboam king of Judah, and they shall kill me, and go again to Rehoboam."
Excuse me, Rehoboam wasn't trying to have that.
Yeah. It said,
Excuse me, Jeroboam. Man, it's like I always get their names confused, but
yeah. Jeroboam's northern and Rehoboam's southern.
Read 27.
All right, verse 27. It says, "If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam king of Judah, and they shall kill me, and go again to Rehoboam king of Judah." Whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold, and said unto them, "Is it too much for you to go up to Jerusalem? Behold, thy God, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt." Slavic. I was hearing this wicked thing. Verse 29, it says, "And he set the one in Bethel, and the other put he in Dan."
Yeah, so that golden calf he put in Bethel. One of the golden calves he put in Bethel. So that's what some of the northern kingdoms was trusting in, man. You know, so when it mentioned in Jeremiah 48 how
Let him alone.
no, yeah, you can get that, but in Jeremiah 48 where it said that the way Chemosh, the way the Moabites trust in Chemosh, hey, they're gonna be they're gonna be confounded just how Israel was confounded trusting in Bethel, and that was because of this situation right here, the deities, right? That golden calf, man, letting you know these other Israelites, not it's like these heathens, should I say, believe in deities the way some Israelites believe in deities. All right. Somebody got something?
I got some real quick. This is Hosea 4 and 17. It says, Ephraim is joined to idols, let him alone.
Yeah, so you got a lot of northern kingdoms that's heavy into idolatry. You know, so you can spit the truth at them until you blue in the face, and they ain't gonna receive nothing you said, man, because they fixated on that white Jesus or whatever else they believe in. You know, Santeria and fucking Mother Mary and other shit. Somebody got something?
What is it, Guadalupe and all that.
There we go. Yeah, who got something?
I got some real quick. This is in Numbers chapter 23, verse 7. It says, and he took up his parable and said, Balak the king of Moab hath brought me from Aram out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come, curse me, Jacob, and come, defy Israel. Verse 8. How shall I curse whom the Most High have not cursed, or how shall I defy whom the Lord have not defied?
Yeah, man. So, the Lord, we're under curses, but at the end of the day, we're going to be blessed. Well, we are blessed. At the end of the day, we have the kingdom of heaven to look forward to for all eternity, and for all eternity, what's not going to apply to us? Curses. Blessings for all eternity. Well, what's going to apply to these heathens for all eternity? Curses. Slavery. You know, subjection. You know, and after that 1,000 years, you know, we'll ease up off of them. We're gonna keep a close eye on them, but we ain't gonna have to really so like we, you know, they gonna know to do the right thing. All right, they gonna, you know, just like you be at work and Esau micromanage over you, breathing down your neck. You know what I'm saying? Boss come standing next to you, seeing how you work and shit. You know, you be all right. Let me really take my time because I don't want this to say nothing. And you might even fuck up on something. It's like, man, what the fuck? Like, I know what I'm doing, but it's just that
It's called test anxiety. It's called test anxiety.
Yeah.
Where you can have all the answers, you can know all the shit, and then you get put on that spot, you just get anxious and shit start fucking up.
Yeah.
Even though you know it like 90 days. It's like, I know this shit all day. I've been doing this shit for 50 years. Yeah. And your boss comes, he's like, oh shit, shit's all fucked up, man.
Hey, you dropping shit, you know what I'm saying? You dropping tools and shit. You gotta pick them up with your tape measure and shit. You way up in the sky and shit. You know? Yeah. Somebody's gonna say something?
No, I got a precept for you though.
Okay.
This is Anwar, what you doing with your precepts? Fuck it. Okay, kind of. This is Isaiah chapter 60. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "Arise, shine, for the light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord will arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall."
The Lord's glory is going to be seen upon the remnant of his people.
Yep.
You know, we have no glory on this side, man. We're slaves. We're bottom of the barrel. You know what I'm saying?
We have no continuing city.
Yeah, we have no continuing city, like the scriptures say. The scriptures also say that Esau shall wear out the saints, man. You know, so we have no glory on this side, man. You know, the only glory we got is that we know the Lord, man.
I got a quick precept when you said that. This is Matthew 5 and 16. It says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven."
Yeah. You know, so we glorify Yahweh. All right, real quick. Well, actually, somebody go